On the ODU tomorrow night, let's talk about how we match up with them and this long-term rivalry we've had with them.
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of it as a coach, and I know our players are excited about it. It's two great universities, two strong basketball traditions, and a lot of alums and a lot of fans of both places work together. I think some even live together, and it's just it's a cool basketball college rivalry that has gone back a long time. So we're excited to get on the bus after practice today and be ready to go.
What are some of the things you're going to stress to the guys about defending Bob Caver and BJ Stiff for them?
Yeah, I mean they're two seniors. They've been through so many battles. Seen them play for 4 years now, and every year they've gotten better and better. And you know the load of the team and the success of their team is based on those two guys playing really well and leading their team. So we got our hands full. I think Caver does a really good job of getting his teammates involved, but also making plays and hitting big shots and making plays that really ignite his team. And then, BJ has just been a solid scorer his whole career. Does a great job moving without the ball, getting his shot off, finding ways to get to the foul line. So we got to guard these guys with great energy, but we also have to make sure we're thinking the game and really execute our defensive plan. But there's other guys on their team who can really hurt you if you don't respect them, and they have guys that can make shots, but they also have guys that can make great energy plays and get on the glass. So we gotta really lock in. When you go on the road to play it and you play a team that's well coached as Old Dominion with two senior scorers, you got to make sure you follow your game plan, and we got to play defense for 40 minutes. It's huge for us.
Coach, I know it's early, but back-to-back overtime games for you guys. What did that teach you about your depth, your guys' ability to really dig down early in the season? We haven't even hit December yet.
Yeah, well, I think both games show that we're capable of finding late in the game, of executing the way we want to play defensively. Even our style of play late in the game helped us in both those games. So it makes you grow. It makes you better, without a doubt. Our depth has really helped us. It helped us in those two overtime games for sure. We got to take care of the basketball late in games. Maybe we're not in those positions both of those games if we don't turn it over. We just got to continue to harp on it. The guys got to hold themselves accountable, and if we can do a better job at taking care of the ball, not only you're going to win close games like that, but maybe you're not even in those situations. So we just got to continue to work on it.
Kind of off that, ODU is a team that's defended pretty well as well.
Always.
What have you seen from their defense?
Yeah, they're such a great positional defense. They don't make defensive mistakes. They're very solid, and that's a compliment. I mean, they're just very, very solid on the defensive end. They really do a good job of helping each other, recovering, and making shots around the basket very difficult. And they also have good size and good girth, good strength to really wall you off from getting downhill. So we got to make sure we're playing fast with pace, not to play their pace. Not to stand around and stand there with the ball. It's got to be hot. We got to be moving, and we got to play with great pace. And they're not gonna beat themselves on the defensive side of the ball. So you got to make sure you're attacking them and getting them in scramble situations.
For a lot of your younger players, will this be their first introduction to an incredibly hostile environment and getting them ready for what is ahead in the conference?
Yeah, they think they know, but they don't know until you experience it. And I think that's why you play games like this, why you have rivalry games, and it will be sold out. It will be loud. Our guys will learn very quickly how they handle that stuff, and keeping your huddles tight, communicating at a high level, next play mentality, all that stuff has to come through for us to win on the road. Winning on the road, I always say, is the hardest thing in college basketball. But if you want to be a really good team, you got to find a way to do it. So, and that's our goal.
One thing you talked about after Saturday's game was, of course, just kind of keeping the foot on the pedal in the second half and that type of thing. But Cal mentioned that you talked to the team about that as well. So, what are some things you were stressing to them after Saturday's game just about being better with?
Well, when we watched a lot of tape. So we watched the good stuff and the bad stuff, and we also talked about where in the game some of this bad stuff is occurring that's allowing teams to get back in. And we call it fall through. You have to have great fall through when you get a lead of doing what got you the lead, and not veering and relaxing or or trying to hit a home run. Stick to what got you that lead. So it's maturity. It's maturity and also leadership, where guys sort of take their team, by the reins and say, hey, here's how we're going to do it. And we just got to improve on it, without a doubt. And you got to have a mentality when you get a lead to put more on that lead, and then let the other team know that this is how it's going to be. But until the players take that and take hold of that and are accountable for each other to do that, you're going to have those slip-ups, and we just got to continue to work on it. I hope we have leads like that. Moving ahead with the schedule we got, that would be great, but we got to make sure we capitalize on having a lead.
Is there a way to work on that in practice, like in your scrimmage situations, or is it just they got to?
Yeah, some time and score situations, without a doubt. But early in the game, when you get a big lead, you got to keep playing. You can't just be staring at the clock, praying for it to go down. You got to keep playing. It should be, your mentality should be the other way. Look at all this time. Look at where we're at. Let's keep going. Keep going. That's the mentality we have to have when you get an early lead.
If for no other reason than to maybe get an early idea of what conference play will be like, how much do you pay attention to what the other teams are doing in their out-of-conference schedules?
Well, you pay attention. You root for everybody this time of the year for sure, but you got to worry so much about yourself. The only thing I can control and we can control as a staff is getting us ready for the next game, trying to win the next game. But if you can help other teams in the league, you try to do that. When you talk to other coaches or other staff members, talk with each other. But it's just you hope they win and you hope you win, and it makes even a more exciting A-10 schedule after the new year.
Has anything that you've seen yet surprised you about the way teams are playing to start the year?
No, I mean it's every conference is different. They go through it. We had some tough losses, and we've had some good wins, and we've had some close games against some really good competition. I think everybody goes through that throughout all these years. It's just how it goes. People the media could harp on one league and saying they're so good this year, and this league's down and all that stuff. But you got to play the games, and you got to take care of the next opponent that's up. I mean, that's sort of cliche coaching talk, but it's the truth. The reality of it is we can't control what's occurring. You could watch it and see what's going down and watch some games when you have a chance. But I think the biggest thing out of conference, like everybody's pretty good. Everybody has good players, and then some teams are just older than others, and those older teams early in the year are pretty good until more teams get experience and younger guys step up.
Obviously, Van's a guy, we know you want to put him the other team's best player defensively. So why is it that guy's kind of designated as that, and how we kind of evaluate how he's done in that role?
Good defensive instincts, just good. I think he has elite feet and hips. And his instincts take over of guarding certain players. He moves very well, and he's got length. I mean, he's 6'5" with good length and good athleticism. And he's learning to really think the game and log the game, as we like to call it. Hey, this player did this the last 2 times. Be ready for this. And he's doing a great job of being coachable. And when you're coachable and you can move like he does, you learn the game and you log the game. And I think that's really helped him.
Been a part of this rivalry for a while as an assistant at Rice. Big win last year against them. What's one of your favorite memories of playing this game every year for the last?
Well, I just think it brings out all the crazy fans on both sides. It's a lot of fun. You see some crazy stuff at home and away, and that's a lot of fun. You get a lot of the old timers that have been around for a long time that get really excited about it as well. I think the neat thing is there's been a lot of players from each other's area playing for both teams, and the respect that the players have for each other because they know each other. Some of them have great friendships because they played on the same AAU teams together and all that. But for that 40 minutes, they go after each other at a high level. That's what it's all about. I think that's really cool. And even when I was at Rice, coming to play here and knowing their program and knowing their players, and some of our players knew their players, you felt that. But it's a whole different level at VC Old Dominion, without a doubt.
The first net rankings were released yesterday by the NCAA. I was curious, what were kind of your initial thoughts about just seeing that come out?
You know, Wayne, it's so early. I looked at where we were and where our opponents are and the rest of the A-10, and then I just put it down 'cause I've been watching tape of Old Dominion and us. So that poll stuff, just like college football, it's where you are at the end. You hope you schedule very well. You hope you schedule the right way to get that respect. And then you hope the teams that you played are doing very well, because then your games are more meaningful. But after that, you can't control any of that. And, I learned when I was a young coach, you worried about everything. I got to a point where let's worry about what we can control. We can control on that list playing well and winning games. And all the other stuff is hoping. So, we'll hope everybody else plays well that's on our schedule. But it's really early. I don't even think they should put it out this early, because it's tough to answer those questions right now. But it is what it is. So, we just if we take care of what we're supposed to do, we'll have a good number on the net.
How closely will Jimmy be watching it throughout the season, just to kind of get a feel for scheduling-wise for next season?
Yeah, it gives you great information. And you watch some teams that maybe are surprising on that with their numbers, and then you look back at the history of their scheduling and to see where maybe we could do a little bit better job scheduling certain people and so forth. So you got to really study it. But we will do that. We have a couple of GAs that are on top of that. Coach Jimmy Martelli and myself, we talk about it a lot that way. But it gives you a little bit of a formula going forward scheduling.
How was your Thanksgiving? Skipped over it last week.
It was great. We had the whole team. We had everybody, team, families, everybody over at the house, probably about 40 strong. I was up all night, Mike, making my stuffing and turkeys for the guys. You know what I mean? It was great. It was very comfortable. I told the guys, come over. The Rhodes family loves Thanksgiving, so we're in sweats, and we just hang out, watch football and basketball games all day, and we eat a ton. And the guys did that we had practice early in the morning, and then just hung out at the house all day. Guys enjoyed themselves. Then they took a big plate home with them and probably slept all day like the Rhodes family does after that big meal. So no, it was great. It was fun.
What's your dish of choice?
What's that?
Your dish of choice. Your Thanksgiving dish of choice.
Stuffing. My mom's homemade stuffing. Yeah. I got it down. It's not as good as hers, but I'm getting close. Pretty simple though too.
What about dessert? More time. Yeah.
Dessert? That's pumpkin pie. We had a lot of cookies. So I'm not going to say I ate them all, but I tried them all. So.
Ram Nation, head to the Stuart C. Siegel Center to see the VCU men's basketball team as they square off against the Iona Gales this Saturday at 7 o'clock. The Rams are still undefeated at home, and limited tickets are still available. Get yours today at VCUathletics.com or call 828-RAMS. Let's go VCU!